getting ready for Magic Secrets. I believe this is approximately our 40th podcast. We'll start with the Lord's Prayer. We'll go from there. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. I actually used to, my wrestling coach, Coach Folio, used to do that when I was a high school wrestler, and I wasn't a Christian at the time, but I really liked it. So like doing it for webinars like this. I think it's kind of nice, and good way to get started. Uh, Lawrence just came on as well, so that's exciting. Smitty, we have Smitty on. My name is Mike Long. I'm a three-time Magic Team World Champion, and I'm also a Magic Pro Tour champion. I have my own Magic card. I have one around here somewhere, a Rootwater Thief. And if you're here now, you might have met with me or Smitty or one of us at an event, maybe this event in Washington, D.C. This upcoming weekend. We have a number of episodes that you can look over from our past episodes. A lot of really great stuff. Mostly currently about standard deck construction on the face of it, but especially this is a show about philosophy. It's about friendship. It's definitely about magic. It's definitely about games. It's actually about taking control of your own brand, in as much as you care about your brand when it comes to magic and so forth. So we'll talk about that because it's funny. If I ask my one of my cards, Cybertruck, and if I ask it, what about Mike Long, the Magic the Gathering Pro Tour player? It actually says a lot of nice things about me, but it also says some crazy, made up, really ridiculous stuff about me that really sucks. And that's because Wizards, of course, Mark Rosewar has talked about how Wizards kind of abused my brand, and they thought that was some sort of a clever thing for whatever reason back in the day, and is a long story article. But irregardless of that, we have this great podcast. If you're joining us for the first time, the previous podcasts are probably a little bit less formal than this one's going to be. I'm going to make this a little bit more podcasty, a little bit more what you'd expect in the normal world. I guess ultimately we might get this to being a particularly polished product, but that's not really the particular point of this show. This show is to help introduce you to our whole Magic Secrets world, our whole law of implication world. I put this together with David Mills. I was ranked number one and number two in the world. David and I were ranked number one and number two in the world concurrently. The 1 year that we played professional Magic together, we were very, very good. We really dominated the Pro Tour. Our team was exceptionally good, Talongo Nation. And then we went on and built really, really successful businesses in digital marketing in the SEO space. You can look on Instagram.com/poweredbyomg to see some of the accolades and some of the success that our members have had. You can see so much about our members' brands and their success. But anyways, throughout the years, David and I never stopped loving gaming, and we still appreciate Magic and what it's done for us. Right now, we're going through a bit of a revival with our Magic Secrets guide. That's all available at magicsecrets.com. Right now, you can check out our books that we have there. They're very, very good. You can get you oriented to them more and more as the show goes on. You can check out our blogs. We're going to be, especially I have several people on here. Many of them are responsible for the blog posts that you're going to see. We take a little bit of a Barstool Sports approach to things. Well, it's a bit of a mix, kind of a on the one hand, of course, I'm a legendary pro Magic player and still very good at the game. A very good deck designer. We have Dan Burdick here designing decks. He's a legend of deck design. Invented Five Color Green, Monkey May I, many of the greatest decks in Magic history. Was very much responsible for getting in to R&D, WotC's R&D, and changing the focus of it in a lot of very, very positive ways. You see a lot of those reflected in the decks that we play. Helped make Magic much more imaginative. Now that he is a civilian again, he participates all the time with our Magic deck construction. Actually, that's one of the reasons that this week is kind of decks. We have so many decks to share with you that are really, really exciting. But anyways, for the standard format, we're also talking a little bit about the modern format on the show. Um, but uh, but anyways, this is a great show. It's about friendship. It's about bringing people together. Like I said, we take a little bit more of a barstool sports approach to things, where it's a little bit more about kind of regular people, regular friends talking about the game. We have an upcoming forum that's going to be really, really exciting. Right now, the kind of heart and soul of that forum exists in a Yahoo group that we have right now. So a lot of the most exciting topics that happen during those sessions, that go all day. Oftentimes, there's hundreds of messages in there in a given day. Smitty's been testing like a total fiend. That's why it's Dex, 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 not just Dex. But anyways, I'm going to quickly introduce the gentlemen that are on with me. The one that you don't see is the one that Magic Secrets is largely organized around. David Mills and I put together around Smitty, Jason Smith. If you're from the Northern Virginia area, or not so much Northern, but the Central Virginia area, like Charlottesville, Richmond, you probably know him very, very well. But if you don't know him yet, he's really a Magic Renaissance man, terrific, certainly a pro level talent in the game, but really so much more than that. A great coach in the game. When David and I started our game store in 1998, he was really the centerpiece of the store from a community standpoint. He brought in more people to the store than anybody else. He shaped the culture better and more positively than anybody else by leaps and bounds. Such a special person. So it's great to have Smitty on here. He's also a brilliant deck designer. He has lots to share with you today. And then we have the editor of the Magic Secrets blog, Bryn, here, coming in from Amsterdam. Excited to have Bryn on. And then we have Lawrence, who's we consider him to be the archivist of Law of Implication. We have a lot of um, really, really powerful lessons from David Mills. You can access them on youtube.com/law of implication. Lawrence is one of the people who's doing as much as there's a lot of people involved in law of implication and sharing what David has shared, because there's so much to it. Success philosophy. But anyways, Lawrence is really on the forefront of doing that, and helping lead the charge in so many ways. Of course, he's very, very active with the Magic Secrets blog and the Magic Secrets website, as is Jeremy. We actually have a number of posts from Jeremy this week. He's really helping keeping things pop, which I really, really appreciate. The way we have the show organized, I have a bit of a monologue for about the first 30 minutes of the show, where I'll show off generally what we're talking about and the underlying ideas behind it. This really is a strategy show. We're updating the Magic Secrets strategy book. We're going to talk a little bit about it today, because overall we're in the topic of shortcuts, right? And the idea is whoever has better shortcuts is just going to have a much better time. If you have a better deck, then you're going to win more. You're going to enjoy yourself more. If you know more about trading and the value of cards, we actually expose a number of spoilers on the show and make our own predictions on the show. We predicted a lot of the top cards, that really popped in value, like Badger Mole Cub and Starting Town and so on. But anyways, so we have a lot for you today. There's also more people that are involved in the Magic Secrets community that aren't on today. So we want to thank all of those people that are very active, like DJ Michael, Adam, Michael Finney, and so on. We have a really, really terrific group of people. So anyways, what we primarily have been focusing on from a Magic standpoint is playing in the standard environment very competitively. Brim was ranked number 33 in the world last month on Arena with kind of our primary deck, and that's not because he capped out. He just stopped playing at that point. But playing with our primary deck, which is called Atlanta Shuffle, and I'll probably briefly show off that deck and get into um, our Arena account, or to my Arena account to show things off for you. But mostly the show is going to be spent on sharing some new decks that we've discovered, I was watching some interviews. It's very interesting to me to watch other game designers. And I was watching the guys at Nintendo and Street Fighter and so forth, and Capcom, just some different ones. And over at Street Fighter, somebody was asking one of the designers at Capcom, one of the main designers, who his favorite fighter is, and he said, I really find that gets in the way. I mean, he likes them. He clearly likes the characters. He admires them. I try to a bit be that way because I think it really helps me. It kind of helps unleash me as a deck builder. It was actually a weakness of mine. I think during my pro playing career and in my early deck design career, I got a lot better when David and I released the original Magic Secrets guide back in 2003. It was really the precursor, what led to Twitch in many ways. We were doing over the shoulder Magic the Gathering. We burned it to DVD. It was back in the Mirrodin days. We were making brand new top secret decks and exposing them. I was going to tournaments. I actually went to a regional championship with a deck that we burned to DVDs, and I didn't actually win the regionals because there wasn't a top 8, but I think I would have won. I did make a top 8 and qualify for nationals and so forth. But anyways, it was a cool high flying time. We helped a lot of people succeed in Magic. We actually had a 24-hour annihilation hotline where people could call in and brag about using our awesome decks and having success. We had so many people have success with us. One of them actually went on to win a pro tournament, David Sharpman, which was a really terrific experience. And it all happened through shortcuts. That's David's first primary idea behind success. He who has the best shortcuts, the best organized shortcuts, right? Know which shortcuts to prioritize, how they work together. And then, of course, there's luck, and we really try to account for luck. On Magic Secrets, we primarily cover Magic the Gathering, but we do have branches off of it. And I expect that over time it'll be substantial. So don't come to me and say, oh, hey, why are we covering all these games? I just want to talk about Magic. Well, there's going to be a space for everybody. We do want to cover a number of games. Actually, might take a quick look at Age of Wonders today. We looked a little bit at Dota a week or two ago, which I enjoyed. Defense of the Ancients too. A big fan of Falcons. The team there, there's a lot you can learn from watching them. A lot about organized play, about organized foundational approaches to things. So when we talk about shortcuts, which shortcuts are we talking about, right? Just the shortcuts that spring to mind whenever we just think about something. Well, that's not really a shortcut, right? That's just luck. That's just whatever was around us. That's whatever lessons were around us. And it's really insufficient, especially when you can have the terrific wealth of these shortcuts that we have for you with Magic Secrets that really, really help you get ahead with things. Now, normally we practice a very ultimate deck type of setting where we really like to focus in on one particular type deck. So one of the things I'm going to do is go to a screen sharing here. About 15 minutes to get things introduced, but now I'm getting into some Magic. It's almost good. Applications. But yeah, I figure some of the people that meet us will go kind of right away and watch some of the replays, and this is the most recent replay to watch and so on. So thought it's worth it to get a little bit oriented. Okay, here we go. So we're in lots of cool decks this week. Smitty is going to be able to share with you Mayhem. How you doing, Smitty?
I'm sorry, I was muted. What were you saying?
Oh, I just said lots of decks this week. Decks. That's how I wanted to talk about this week. You have lots and lots of decks this week for us.
Yeah, I mean, I've had my fingers in a lot of different deck pies recently. That's for sure. If you feel motivated to, one of the more interesting ones is the Omens.
Oh, Omens is good now. That's really cool. All right, great. I do want to show that. Okay, so let me do this. Let me show. It's funny. You've done so many deck evolutions. I don't even know if you have Isengard Shuffle on here anymore or Atlanta Shuffle on here anywhere.
I do. It's in there somewhere. I think it's called Mercub by Mike Smitty or something.
Oh wow, that's clever. I never would have thought of that. Was that
a little different than your
a breakthrough as the deck title? Okay, great. It's a little bit of a different build, but this will be sufficient to sort of explain things. Okay, so this I'll put this. I call this Atlantis. Okay, so this I would say is the primary deck that we've worked off of, and this is a good build of it, no doubt. I might build it slightly differently, but you're going to win a lot of games with a build like this. Bryn and I would both say play more Tidebinders and maybe more Mindspring Merfolk, but
Yes, you would.
but again, Smitty would win other games. So what you have is really fast features. This deck revolves around a discovery that Smitty figured out back in the day, Drunith, or this is Jackal in the real world. When the splits, when the deck, when the sets diverge. We really like, by the way, over at Magic Series, we like how WotC's R&D is designing the cards. We're not big fans of organized play how it is. We think it can be greatly improved, but we're really big fans of what they're doing with their design. One of the shortcuts in Magic Secrets has to do with how to evaluate cards for deck design. It's very important to us. And David's rule is that sometimes a card comes out that's wildly different than every other card, and you really want to apportion resources, much more of your testing budget to testing those cards and giving them a really full understanding, because there can really be awakening. You see it because this card is completely missed in the pro environment, and we run circles around people with this for months. We've been running circles around. Theory was ranked number 4 in the world. Theory Valancourt was playing this deck with Smitty's help back in the day. Built a kind of a blue-green-black version of it that's very viable with a lifelink bats that steal cards out of your hand and so forth. Terrific version of the deck. Eventually, when Badger Mole Cub came out, we kind of favored more the Merfolk engine because we could just draw a bunch of cards with Mindspring Merfolk, and there's other neat Merfolk synergies like the Senout Scout is really neat. The deck is based around going really, really fast with your mana. Smitty only has 2 Gene Pollinators, but we'll often play 4, sometimes even a Springleaf Drum 2. So we might go to as many as 9 mana acceleration. That lets us hit a turn 2 Drunith very often, where we'll be able to copy the first creature that comes out. It's quite wild. So when you cast a creature with Drunith, if he's a 1/1 and you cast a 1 casting cost card, you duplicate that card, you create a token of it. In addition to the creature you're casting, like if you cast Senout Scout, which is one of our favorite things to do, and then if he lives after that, you can cast another creature like Badger Mole Cub. It starts getting really, really wild. We've done this many, many times. Is what we call a semi-soft lock. That's another of the shortcuts that we're going to introduce you to. A semi-soft lock isn't a hard lock where you've won the game, like casting Omniscience and you just go into combo and kill your opponent or whatever. But it's the next best thing, and it's often the aiming point that we actually go for with our decks. Rather than going for the hard lock, we often go for what we call a semi-soft lock, and I'll explain that more as we go on. But yeah, this is a deck that we really, really like. It's really, really fun. I'm not actually going to play it that much today necessarily, or focus on it. Maybe one game will eke in there, but we do have so many episodes previously that you can watch where we have covered this deck pretty thoroughly. We have blog posts that you can look at where it's really, really covered thoroughly, and we'll continue to cover it. The new breakthrough card that's come out that's really revolutionized this deck, made it even better. We were shocked. It could be better. Is Ponder's Charm. I think you're going to be seeing this card more and more in Standard, but it really gets abusive with one of our main favorite cards in the deck. We call him Mr. Green because we don't like to try to say that long, weird name, Broyd, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Mr. Green.
One theme that's especially important with the deck is, like, now that you mentioned the Quandrix Charm, is you're just looking to go wide as fast as you can and then defend, and you don't
exactly. You're looking to defend with your, and this is a very David Mills style theme. Go all in on acceleration and then clamp the deck down with disruptors like Tidebinders, Tishana's Tidebinder. We've got Detect Intrusion. You've got Ponder's Charm. Please continue, Smitty.
Yeah, Repulsive Mutation is like the sickest Howl from Beyond. Yeah, so like You have, I think I generally tend, I edit this deck all the time, so I haven't edited
Fun
it
with that.
recently.
Yeah.
Generally go with about 10-ish counterspell effects. Um,
Yeah, like 10 disruptors. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and then we have a spell pierce right here. It would be 10, and then it looks this time
Spell
11 this
Pierce is a
time.
beast right now.
Yeah.
3 steps is great because you can copy Tidebinder, you can copy a Bororoid.
Yeah, oftentimes you have so much mana with the Badger Mole Cub that it really just gets extreme.
Yeah, I mean, I've even played, main deck Hoofs and main deck Leviathans in this deck,
Yeah.
because we have enough Merfolk for the Leviathan to be really relevant. I'm not sure I'm
It's just
madly
the
in love with
Leviathan right here.
this version I've got here, but it's very good.
Yeah,
Um,
you're gonna win tons. I want to point out the Mockingbird has incredible function. It's kind
oh
of
yeah,
Drunas
very important.
wingman. Yeah, his really great. It's very flexible in the casting cost. You'll always get that extra Mockingbird token, and the extra Mockingbird token is very, very dangerous in this deck because it will catch all kinds of Mr. Green tokens. Now, I usually have, before I move on, let's pull up Michelangelo Weirdness to 11. I think he's really, 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 really good. You usually have at least one Michelangelo Weirdness to the 11 in the deck somehow. I'm just going to drop
Sure. Yeah, I think I was
one
on a
drowner.
Drowner kick at this point or something.
I like drowners. I mean, drowners are deadly. It's just a kind of a question of the main deck sideboard
There's
or
some
what
kind
have
of
you.
good with Drunith. If you copy one and you're
Exactly.
playing a creature deck, it's not fun for them.
Exactly. So I'm gonna go through a high level a couple decks that we worked on this week. The last one I'm gonna do is this Zebu's Angels, which it stems from a deck idea from Dan Burdick, which I really wanted to cover. It's such a great idea and a great way of representing things, and try to um, one of the reasons why I try to work on so many different deck concepts at a time to help encourage everybody. And by the way, I'll say this right now: while we try to do an excellent job with deck design, this show is not necessarily about creating the next Pro Tour champion. We might, okay, but really it's about having fun, having a good time. We enjoy a diversity of decks and deck ideas, a diversity of game and game ideas. We really do try to uh, have a balance of competitiveness. Certainly, some of the guys will get on a tear, and like I said, they'll crush it. Smitty's been in the top 100 or so recently. So has Dan. So have I. So is there. I mean, a bunch of people on the show. Almost everyone on the show has at least been in Mythic in the high numbers on Mythic. So there's certainly like a grasp of the game, but we don't really sit around just only trying to qualify for the Pro Tour or only trying to win games or be number one or so forth. Just there's a space for that, but we might even have a branch that develops that's particularly more competitive. But right now, with this, our main thing is really having a good time, having terrific ideas. Certainly, we try to do a great job of sharpening them and making them excellent, and as good as they can be. But we also don't tend to dwell or have that kind of negative side, that negative bite. When things don't go particularly well. Smitty and I will even kind of tank our rankings a bit here and there, not necessarily intentionally, but just as it kind of turns out and kind of wind up playing like a lot on Diamond, for example. Anyways, so Smitty, I pulled up Omens. Which version of Omens ought I pull up first? Is it this one, Omens 2? There's two
Yeah,
of
that's
them.
the one. I like this one a little better than Omens one, but Omens one was like the shell that we started with. So,
Yeah.
um,
Okay. Yeah. Let me go back to Omens 1 to explain where it started. So I just observed this. This is just an observable kind of thing. Like when I build a deck like this, I don't necessarily feel like I've cracked the code. I feel like this is sort of a deck that's out there, to be discovered. Sometimes they're not discovered, by the way. But sometimes I think we really find something that's neat, like Isengard or Atlanta Shuffle. I think it's probably pretty innovative. I'd be pretty surprised if they knew about it at Watson, but maybe they do. Maybe it's particularly well known as a very top deck. Um, so so the idea was to kind of accelerate, of course, with Llanowar Elves. I'm using Studious first here because I've got these Witherbloom Charms. And I can draw some cards off of that, and it can give me a little bit more time and so forth. But ultimately, the engine of the deck is around these various converge cards where the more colors that you tap into it when you cast it, the bigger effect it has. So, for example, we've got Together as one, so it costs 6 mana overall, no matter what. But if 5 of them are spent in different colors, then X equals 5, and so you deal 5 damage to any target, like your opponent or a big creature or any creature, and then or a planeswalker, and then you get to draw 5 cards. I guess you could make your opponent draw 5 cards in various narrow situations if you're going to deck them or something like that, of course. And then Arcane Omens lets you a bit, is a bit like a Mind Twist. With of course some real serious restrictions and changes. But even Mind Twist itself would not, for 5 mana, you could only get 4 cards with Mind Twist. With Arcane Omens, for 5 mana, you can get 5 cards, and you can do it on turn 3 with this deck. So that's nifty. That's kind of the real overall basis of the deck. Of course, we can still do the whole demon thing and draw some cards and have a big flyer with that, and then we kind of stitch things together with various neat green-black cards like Professor. And I looked at Vicious Rivalry. I think it's pretty effective. Maybe a couple of them, maybe one. Smitty built a variant off of this deck, and we're actually right up on Smitty's takeover. We kind of have so much activity in our WhatsApp channel that we reserve a portion of the show, and also on our blog. Our blog is incredible. Actually, as I pull up, well, I'll let the guys pull up the blog for you. Actually, with the next segment, Bryn can have the blog pulled up, and I'll kind of hand it over to him. But they'll go over the blog, and the blog really captures like a lot of the best of the decks and deck concepts that we have and that we're doing, and then other ideas that are going on and so forth. This is one thing I want to touch on before we get just a preview going into the last segment. I will talk about this extensively in the last segment. This is Zebu's Angels, a lot of fun, and a bunch of ideas coming together. But it all started with the idea that Dan had of using Quantum Riddler. He was noticing, and both he and Smitty were taking a lot of time thinking about stock up, and are there better ways of doing things than stock up? But just noticing, when you tap out as a sorcerer for 3 mana, say to get cards or to get some effect, what else can you do? What else could be out there? So Dan pointed out that with Quantum Riddler, you can warp him for 2 mana, and then for 1 more mana, makes 3 mana, you could do like a full bore, and then you could do 7 damage with that Quantum Riddler and draw a card. And he thought that was interesting, and then still be able to cast the warped Quantum Riddler. So that was kind of an idea that he had, and he developed an aggressive red-blue kind of prowess style deck around that. And we've talked about that a bit on the show. Well, I wanted to build off of that idea, and I wanted to build off more with Momo. We really think Gary, our beloved Tokyo Gary, is a huge fan of Momo. A number of members of our team like Momo. And so I wanted to build a Momo deck, and I noticed, I was like, wait a second, this could all be a bit of a synergy and kind of come together where, Exalted Sunborn, we could gain some life even, and Starfield Shepherd, we could get other cards, and then we could send them over flying and doing a lot of damage, and then maybe mix in some Sage of the Skies and some Angel mechanic right here with Giada and really get some cool things going. Even this card, Serpent Seed, that hasn't seen a lot of play but can be very potent. And so I'll talk about that. It's a quick preview of what I will talk about when I return. So what I do is I really reserve a lengthy segment, about 25 minutes, for Smitty and Bryn and Lawrence and Jeremy and whoever happens to be on the show at the time from our team to kind of talk about what went on this week, what's going on in the blog, what's going on in our playtesting. I, of course, previewed a lot of things. Smitty's been doing a ton of playtesting. We previewed some things. So we will, I'll now hand things over, and then I come back and wrap things up. And I'll do some gameplay, and I'll do some more. It'll be fun. We'll play some games live and so on. We don't always play live, but when we do, it's always fun. And then other times we just evaluate things more and talk about results, screen captures of previous results, and so on.
Yeah.
So awesome. This is the second segment of the show. Enjoy it.
Handing off to Bryn.
Yeah, Brendan, of course, Smitty, handing off to you as well.
Yeah.
Take over, guys.
Yeah, so we have 3 new blogs this week. First one by Jeremy. Maybe Jeremy, you want to talk about like how this came together? I know that David had a playlist like years ago that he shared on Facebook or something. It was like a YouTube playlist. And then how did this come together?
Yeah, I think David posted this playlist maybe like 2017. I think I saw it, 2016. But it's like one of those classic playlists you can always come back to. Like it's very fun. It's sort of like awakening the hero within you type of playlist. But it came because Mike posted it was Metallica's Hero of the Day in the chat, and he was talking about shortcuts. So I talked a bit about that in the intro, and then I decided to share it since he posted the video of it.
Like share the playlist, right? Also.
Yeah, he shared the song, and I had the playlist in my Apple Music, but I'll put it in there from Spotify.
Yeah.
And then just go.
Yeah, you see this?
Yeah, I love the picture. Nice.
Yeah, you see this?
Yeah, we have
Jeremy showed
David,
it
Mike,
to me. I was like, holy shit.
Nice, dude.
DJ
in the back.
Freemanic, Smitty
Right?
over here with the
With a national
man
tag.
attack,
Oh man.
Man of Dad, the shirt. Yeah.
and Gary, of course. Yeah,
so
Brent
good.
Brent came. Brent had was it Lawrence Brent that created this the cover, or you? I don't know who the template came from. The cover.
Oh
one.
yeah. I think we talked about it and we started going back and forth. We looked at some alternatives and kind of switching out things and yeah.
Yeah, I kind of got it from there, and then threw it in there. Some pictures, and chat created this. Yeah.
So you have David, and then a digital version of Mike, and then you have Michael Freeman, Gary, and Smitty. Oh, this is so dope. You have to
Hanging
prepare
out
the
in like
unprepared cards here.
Like a plane hangar seems like.
Yeah.
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 Nice future pacing.
Right.
Yeah, for when we're in Orlando, we have our mansions and stuff there. Yeah, this is so dope. This looks so good.
Freeman's actually better looking in person, I promise. He's got kind of some closed eyes action going on there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this looks great. I saw this. I was like, so it's very great. Yeah. Yeah, dope. And then here we have to play this for Spotify, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's dope. So you click on here and then you go to Spotify and you can listen there. That's dope. Do you have it on your phone or something? Like I don't use Spotify maybe at all, but so you have like the app and you have it on your phone. You can just listen it there.
Yeah, I think you could play it on the blog. I'm not sure. It says
for
preview.
sure
It might let you play a couple like seconds.
Yeah, for sure. I could play previews. Yeah, like the segments. I did that earlier today.
Okay, yeah. And then the link is there, like if people want to go and just hear the whole thing. But they probably need an account.
Yeah.
Okay, you need to.
I don't know. What does Spotify cost these days? Like $10-15 a month? It's not very expensive.
Something like that. Yeah. You can still listen to it for free though with ads.
Still free, yeah.
It's not, yeah.
Ads, yeah.
The ads play in between songs or like not during, right? I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's in between.
No.
You never know. You never know. Getting in the mood with some songs and then it's like, hey, did you do your shopping for Valentine's Day?
No, I just use YouTube Premium and it costs like $13 or whatever, and I have playlists with hundreds of songs in them. So, but anyways,
might need to create some blog posts with Smitty playlists, right? Because I know Jeremy uses this for car drives and workouts and stuff. So this is dope. Maybe here's an idea. Maybe Michael Freeman could make some remixes and play them live. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Maybe.
I think he could. Like, he has the skills to do so. Maybe so. I know he can make his own song. Yeah, this is great. This is great. I have 2 other posts here. Smitty, which one do you want to go into? We have Bunny Bazooka, basically updated for Strixhaven with the Klondike's Charm by Mike, and then we have Maestro Please by Dan. Leaving us in suspense, Smitty?
He's currently muted, so maybe he had to hop off a bit.
Oh, sorry. I'm not equipped to discuss Maestro. is
Okay.
what I was saying, because it's wild. I've looked
Yeah.
at a number of times. I don't understand why it doesn't have 2 sorceress cards in it. And I just leave. I got to leave that one for Dan or somebody else, or maybe I'll figure it out someday. I don't know. It's too much for me. But it's wildly cool, and one of the cool things about it, you can go ahead and pull it up, and we'll look at the deck if you want. One of the
Do you have
coolest
a
about it is utilizing Cynical Loner once again, and Ashling, and Breakout. Dan will put Breakout in any deck that he can possibly ever hope to imagine to fit a Breakout in.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, you have so there's a combo deck that uses the Maestro to get infinite mana, right? I don't know if this deck can do that. I don't think. Yeah, I guess it can actually, because it has Doc. But his focus here is much more, I believe, and I could be totally wrong, on making big monster fast, and making it obnoxious with practice offense as well. So
Right, with a double strike or probably double strike, right?
yeah, I mean, it's going to be double strike 7 or 8 times out of 10, I would say. And then Desecrex can pull off some cool tricks too. But yeah, all in all, like I said, I've looked at the deck, and I'm okay, Dan. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, Dan is smashing
Don't get up-
people. I think Mike
get
had a
tired.
perfect record. Yeah.
Yeah. The bunny deck is really cool and good as
Mhm.
well.
Let's take a look at that.
We had talked about applied geometry before
Mhm.
a while back, which there's
Yeah, I mean, you've been mentioning it for.
there's
Yeah.
also a combo with that, but like that doesn't really come. It's like Saffron Olive was playing the combo version. He's like, I think it's probably just better to play a Bororoid.
Okay. What was he trying to
So
do
yeah,
with the
this is what we're
combo?
working with here. I for funsies added in 3 applied geometry, and
What did you take out?
I don't recall. You'd have to get on the
Yeah,
account.
okay. Yeah, okay. Probably some. Yeah, must
It
be
was
some creature.
probably like one of this and one of that.
Yeah. Probably you went to maybe 3 scrap shooters, maybe 3 mockingbirds, or maybe you went down to 2 pollinators, huh, Smitty?
Pollinators back in my favor in this deck because you have so many things that can activate it.
Nice.
The hard part with Pollinator is when he doesn't have enough friends.
Yeah. Because you can't tap any.
Yeah. I probably cut a Michelangelo because I'm not a huge fan of drawing 2 of those.
Sure.
Shit, what was the other card I put in there? It was applied geometry and something else. It was like a 3 and a 2. But yeah, this is basically the shell.
Mhm.
It's very, very fast. The Valley Might Caller is really the hero of the deck. And then you have his friends that play nice, like Curator, Scrap Shooter, Drunith, of course. And then with or without the geometry, the deck's great. As a Bororoid is always just going to give you a chance to win against anything. And Quandrix Charm is a trick that people are starting to catch on to, but they don't see it coming quite often. And so if you make a 5/5, if you make a 5/5 Bororoid with just 2 other dudes out there, I mean they're pretty close to toast. And you have a decent variety to have a chance to boost Kenai. You probably need to play off some of your opponent's cards. I mean, you have artifacts, instants, and creatures, and lands. So in theory, you can actually get them all into the graveyard and boost the Kenai. But
right, because you need 4. You need to exile 4 different cards, right, for it to get like a +4/+4, and it's a 3/3 by default, right?
Yeah, and it gets trample, which is the big part.
Wow.
Once it's a 7/7 trample, it's a much more intimidating beast. But the Might Caller has natural trample as well, and gets huge.
Yeah.
And then Mockingbird, so then if you are playing the geometry, it is applied geometry is a green, a blue, and 2.
Hmm.
Copy a permanent you control, and make it a 0/0 fractal creature or whatever, and put 6 +1/+1 counters on it. So it's ridiculous with Roid, but it's also really good with Valley Might Caller, and it's never dead because you can actually just copy a land if you just want a vanilla 6/6 to finish something off, or you just need you need a threat. It can copy.
If you copy a land, it becomes a creature. Yeah, of course, it becomes a creature. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it becomes
Yeah.
just a 6/6. And yeah, I was working with it a little bit with Glenn Alendra. Shahar has been working on as well, it seems. It's funny because like Mike and Shahar basically both posted Omens decks within a day of each other. And if you guys don't know who Shahar is, he's a couple times Pro Tour World Champion or whatever. And I think he left the game for a while, but now he's come back, and I believe his full-time job, so to speak, is streaming Arena on YouTube. So he's
Nice.
been number 1 before. Theory actually beat him when he was number 1. It was pretty fun to watch that.
Yeah.
And it was not quite as much fun as the Tricky Magic player streamer. That was hilarious. Okay, so I'll shut up now, and if you want to,
Oh, this is great. This is great. I love this. Yeah.
If you want to look at some other decks, I may have to Irish exit for work at some point. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah, I can pull up some decks. I'll stop the screen share for a second and open up Arena. Let's do this.
Can you get on the Mike Long account?
Let's see. I'm not sure. Yeah.
All right, hop on there if you want and show off some decks, or do whatever you please. I don't care. Actually, I do care. I care about your happiness, and I wish
Oh, thank you.
it hadn't started pouring rain here in Bucolic, Virginia. Because I like sitting on my porch and doing this.
Yeah. Okay, it's opening up Arena. I'll share the screen once it's loaded.
Well, one of the cooler cards that Mike was talking about earlier is Together as One in the Omens.
Yeah, was it the 6 colorless?
Yeah, those 2 cards are just really, really dope. We used to have Corrupt, which was Brian Davis's only path to victory in his second place 1997 Pro Tour deck. He literally could only win with Corrupt. I think he had like 2 3/2 flyers, but like they were basically irrelevant. And so Together as One is like Corrupt, if you cast it for 6, would do 6 damage and you gain 6 life. Together as One, you cast it for 6, you draw 5 cards, you do 5 damage, and you gain 5 life. It's really gross. I've really been enjoying playing that deck.
Am I in the right accounts, maybe? I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, no, you're not. You're
Okay.
not on the account that I play on.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. It's confusing because this one has the email address that doesn't match the name, and the other one has the name that doesn't match the email address.
Okay, hold on. I'll stop screen share for a second.
When Dan
Or is there
and
anything
Mike,
you want to show here, or?
are you talking about the Mike Long account? I'm like, yes, the account named Mike Long
Yeah.
is it has to be very clear.
Yeah, if you want me to log into the other account, I'll just stop screen share for a second.
But there's Black too. Black is also an interesting card. Very annoying to play against.
Which one is that?
Wow.
Oh, and Smitty, were you thinking about Cauldron, the Cauldron card earlier when you were going over the Might Caller deck? Or no? Was it a different card?
I'm sorry, Lawrence, say again, please.
Were you thinking of the Cauldron card in the other deck, the Might
Oh,
Caller
the
deck?
Cauldron. I love the Cauldron. I'm I'm having a Dan quandary with that one. In that like, Dan will always ask you, well, is it better than this? Is it better than
Yeah.
just casting Stock Up? Is it better than just casting Zombify? So I'm trying to figure that out. But there it is. Yeah, you can look at the Cauldron deck too. It's very much a work in progress, but I've been having a lot of fun with it. And you'll see the premise is pretty simple. I added a couple more big dudes. I'm not sure. I think 6 is the right number, so I'm not sure this is. Wow, we really got a storm going here. This
Yeah.
is fun. I don't know if you can hear the thunder and shit.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we hear it.
That's a loud one.
Yeah. So I just added the 2 Winter Night stories yesterday, so we'll see about those. But we'll go from the top. So Valgavoth, his little friend over here, is just infinitely useful because you can grab him with Dynas and just pretend he's a Zombify himself. Pollinator, Elf, Molt Tender give you a little bit of go faster. The real go fast card comes next because you have Does Machines and Seed Ship Brew Tender and Oblivious Bookworm. So your Bloom Tender has a very good chance of making 2 or 3 mana very quickly. I've gotten to points in games where I had a Bloom Tender or 2 Bloom Tenders even, and I'm just raw dogging 9 casting costs Krang over here because he's making 3 mana
Oh, okay.
on every clip. That's not your goal, but definitely having him make 2 or 3 mana is fantastic. Like you, right. And then we go over to the actual Cauldron itself. So yeah, this is the interesting card. It's really got me, got my mental juices flowing. As it's very reminiscent of a card from back in the day called Recurring Nightmare. But basically, it lets you just return a creature from your graveyard by sacking another creature. And it does a little tiny drain on your opponent too whenever a creature you control dies. So the goal
Right.
obviously is to run that out, and then Awaken the Gods also is another thing that boosts Bloom Tender in the short term. Sorry,
Which
Awaken
one
the
is
Honored
that?
Dead. I always
The Honor Dead? Yeah.
All right. And then we have the big guys after that, and they all sort of have different purposes. Valgavoth
No
is,
Miogen?
Oh no.
Valgavoth is just huge. Bahamut kills things. Shark kills things.
Oh man, I hate that card.
Krang is probably the guy I most like in the deck, as long as I'm not playing against blue. Because against blue, he'll get bounced, but the indestructible haste, flying trample is pretty good too. And like occasionally relevant is his second ability, because you have Gene Pollinator and you have Does Machines, and you have the Cauldron itself, that are all artifacts. And so Does Machines can, and I've probably used this 2 or 3 times since I've been playing it, so not a ton, but occasionally, if you max out Does Machines, you can turn other artifacts into creatures, and that's I think it's won me at least 1 game, but
It can also target itself, I guess, right? Does Machines?
no, it's an enchantment. So
Oh,
I wish it was an artifact. I really, really, really wish it was an artifact.
Yeah.
Because that becomes relevant all over again. But because then you can return it. Because the main function of it is to see the top 4 cards of your deck and put 4 of them in your graveyard. while drawing 2 cards. But the
Yeah.
second functions are not completely dead. All right. And yeah, like I said, I don't know if I have Massacre Worm in here or not. No.
Yeah,
I
you
don't.
do. Yeah, one
do.
Massacre
Okay.
Worm.
So yeah, Absolute Virtue and Krang tend to be the gangsters. But in different scenarios, like against green, you put this guy out and they're like, oh shit, um, I can't attack you. I can't do anything. Um, they have very, 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 very few ways to deal with that. And occasionally they might have, even when an opponent does have a way to deal with it, sometimes you can reanimate it with the cauldron,
Yeah,
etc. So, yeah, this is all built off of Dan building out a Dyna's deck to try and go faster with Reanimator. And
yeah,
um,
yeah. That deck is on the blog, by the way. I think
Tender,
from last week. Yeah, so
yeah,
people can check
Flame
it out for
Tender
sure.
and all the double mana cards in the deck, all the gold cards. Um, it is not as slow as you would think it would be in a traditional green-black deck. Because, like I say, you have some mana dorks and stuff too. But yep, totally a work in progress. Molt Tender is always bringing incremental, tiny little pieces of value. So, yeah. All right.
I like it.
Yeah, it's super fun to play too. I mean, like I say, I think I've got one too many big guys in right now, but whatever. Massacre Worm's pretty cool too. Um,
Creatures your opponent control gets -2/-2. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, yeah.
yeah, and it's just their creatures too. It's not yours, so he
Nice.
doesn't kill your dorks. Like
Nice.
say a Harvester of Misery kills your dorks too.
Yes.
This guy does not.
Yeah.
He's reasonable to hardcast too. I mean, I've hardcast every card in the deck, so
I've seen in the WhatsApp chat. I was like, how? I was like, okay, I guess Smitty's doing it again. Yeah, it's I've seen you hardcast a bunch of stuff like this, like this.
yeah, Krang is the man though. That card's just good, man. It's real good. Yeah, I mean, there's not a ton they can do about it. They can bounce it. That's when. Okay. I'm
Damn.
gonna die in a lightning strike. I got a feeling, but oh well. At least I won't know. I won't know I'm going. It'll be quick. Yeah.
Sick.
All right. I got about 15 more minutes, so
Okay.
if you want
look.
to,
What do you want to do?
whatever you want to do. Oh, let's play a game with Mayhem. Mayhem
Play a
2.
game with. So this is Mayhem, right? This deck.
Yeah. This
Mayhem
deck's-
2. Let me see. Oh wow.
I think this is one that just Dan just stuck on the account a while ago, and I quote unquote found it and tinkered with it a tiny bit. And that was one of the things that he was talking about at the time was Knife Trick and
Okay.
all the synergies. So I don't know. Fire it up if you want.
Discard. Yes, let's do it. Mayhem number 2.
Yeah.
Let's see, where is that card? There. Play game, rank game. What do you say?
I don't care. Play ranked. You're more likely to get a relevant matchup. Although it's arena, there's like 30 decks running around at all times.
Yeah, I mean, especially more recently, right?
Yeah, it seems like their season, like more variety.
Yeah. Okay. What do we do, Smitty?
Blood Crypt Flail.
So keep Blood Clip.
Yep. Blood Crypt Flail. And then next turn will be interesting because we'll have to decide if we want to FOMO or Cool But Rude, which might make our casting the flail look stupid, but we'll find out. Not the best hand, but whatever. We'll see what they got. I guess I would go. Let's yeah. Um, go Blood Crypt Bat. Um, can't remember.
Okay.
Jesus.
What in the world?
Yeah.
Spelunking. Did we sign up for Modern by accident or something?
No, I don't think so.
I didn't even know that card. I haven't seen that card in forever. I don't even know what to start to take. I would take the Map the Frontier, I guess.
2 basic land cards. Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea what they're doing. Alas.
Wanna discard anything or
I don't think
not yet? Probably.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think so because yeah, we can't play the nightclub right now because we already played the land. So yeah, we're just done. We'll whack them for 3 next turn, hopefully. Yeah, so cast Moonshadow. Discard Nightclub to equip on the bat.
Okay. Discard a card. Target
Exclusive.
creature.
Yeah, Nightclub.
Nightclub. Okay.
Yep. Then play the Nightclub.
Wow.
So you're getting some of the synergies going here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like smash them in the face with Deep Cavern Bat, and we'll have to be done after that, unfortunately. Next turn. Yeah, next turn we want to get we can FOMO and discard the not the cool but the knife trick because I haven't seen any hope of them having creatures.
Yeah. If they have another land, they'll wrath us next turn.
So you can FOMO, discard the knife trick.
Discard knife trick.
Ultima doesn't kill enchantments, does it?
Artifacts and creatures.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna have to rebuild after next turn. So hold on to the flail, play.
Ooh, we're just screwed. They have like all those wraths. This particular hand.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
just see. It's just a question of they draw the land. If they draw the land, they draw the land. If
Uh-huh.
they're attacking. Yeah, hit them for 5. They can take a lot of damage next turn, depending on what we draw.
Mike, was this your deck or Dan's?
I built it, but it's off of Dan's ideas.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I knew it. I just found it in the depths of the 47th.
Yeah, he's got it. You can just concede. It won't even be fun to like yeah, it's just gonna have other stuff. Okay, great. Great segment, guys. I love going over the blog. I love seeing the new decks. We primarily again try to stick to one main of decks. It's one of David's shortcuts because then we get deeper into it, we get better at it and so forth. But part of getting good with the deck is getting proficient with the field, and we do like to have new ideas. And sometimes decks merge and so on. So while you guys were going through things, I noticed that there were some new spoilers. I decided to check it out because I thought it'd be fun for the show. And there are some new spoilers for the upcoming Marvel set. So I'm gonna pull that up. Go to sharing and
Nice.
yeah, I thought that'd be fun to look through.
Mhm.
I think one of the good things about spoiling cards, of course, is to look forward to new decks that we can build, but it also lets us apply some of our skills, some of our deck building skills. So I'm going to go to share screen. And let's see, how do I go to webinar, go to webinar. Let me see, how do I get this pulled up properly? So I've got it right here. I just need to go to webinar app to show that. To webinar app. Applications, screens. There we go. Why I have to go to screens to see it. Okay, so so I shared screens. So here we go. Let me kind of zoom in on this Fantastic Four. I thought this was cool. So there's a Wolverine, and I don't know about it. It's a little hard to understand what's going on with it, but I'll explain it. Once I read it a couple times, I kind of figured it out. So it's a red, a green, and 2 colorless. He's a legendary creature, mutant berserker hero. He's a 3/5 haste creature. When he enters, he bites up to one other target creature. If damage would be dealt to Wolverine, instead that damage is dealt, but all other damage dealt to him is healed. So anything that's going to kill him has to kill. If someone's going to kill him with damage, it has to happen all at once. So if you have like 2 lightning bursts, for example, that's not going to kill him. Even if he already has 2 damage on him, it'll heal him up. So this might actually be a pretty good card. There's not a lot of like, you play the card and the card is dead. It is a little disappointing to cast a forecasting cost creature spell and not kill a big creature. But anyways, I think that this might be a viable card. We'll see. I thought this was intriguing. Fantastic Four. It's actually the thing that made me want to talk a little bit more. Now, I don't know what these markings mean, like on the sleeve and so forth. But anyways, let me click in on this. This looks like an interesting card. Smitty, you'll have to tell me what you think of this yourself. So it's a red. It's every color except for black. So red, green, blue, and white. It's a 4/4 creature, legend, of course, human hero. When Fantastic Four enters, and whenever you cast a spell with a power, toughness, or mana of 4, so it has to be a 4, not 4 or more. Okay, it's a little restrictive. Choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. So whenever he enters, but they're powerful effects. 2 of them, especially powerful. So one of them is you can just draw a card. So 4/4.
Oh wow, it's just okay. So yeah.
Yeah, so straight away they're saying, yeah, you can play it. Then put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. So that's awesome. Because either you can make the Fantastic Four themselves a 6/6, or if you have another creature that can already attack or whatever, boom, you can give it 2 counters. Next, the Fantastic Four deals 3 damage to each opponent. Pretty cool. And then finally, create an 0/4 wall creature token with Defender. I don't know. Did they go late in the night in R&D to come up with that one? I don't know, but of course it's better than nothing.
Yeah, that's the most interesting mechanic on the card. The cool thing though is it works like Monument, so you can use it on your turn and theirs.
You can keep doing it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was the wow moment for me.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah,
I don't know how many
expire.
now how many times are you going to cast something with a 4 power toughness? I don't know. We'll see. But what does this lend itself to? Isengard Shuffle. So to go back to that Merfolk deck that Smitty and I were showing you earlier in the episode. And again, this is why we have organized training. David and I wrote a book called Magic Secrets because of especially because of Lawrence's efforts, but all the guys have been coming together. We're kind of doing a revival of that original strategy guide because we wrote the original strategy guide all the way back in 2003. The plus was that we were just coming off of our pro Magic careers. We were just had been ranked number 1 and number 2 in the world. So things were very fresh in our minds in that way. But the balance of things is now it's been a long time, which is a good opportunity because there's a lot has happened and we've really gotten up to speed with the game. And so now we're updating the examples in the Magic Secrets book, which I think is going to make it even more valuable. We've actually been spending this whole month doing it. And the first chapter is actually on shortcuts, which is what we're talking about today. Just the concept of shortcuts and really feeling it. It is a shortcut. Smitty, one of the things that we go over with this show is it's a show about friendship. It's also we go through some business examples here and there, and there's some good business interactions with the show and in the community. We have a whole mastermind that we've built. OMG stands for One Man Gang, or of course One Woman Gang, and been incredibly successful. We've helped so many people become millionaires. I was thinking about the other day about when Myron was saying that he made $3 million in one day with what being a part of our mastermind and so on. But anyways, and so many others. There's so many that you can't shake a stick at them. But we have different things that we talk about. One of the things we've been very successful with is relationship advice. Again, with David's leadership, but we've also worked with some particularly smart people and successful people. And Smitty, with relationship advice, one of the shortcuts is knowing that your instincts are not the shortcut. Like your instincts are probably up and down. Maybe there's some good stuff in there, but probably you want to at least fine tune things. Smitty?
Yo.
Oh, sorry, just trying to get your reaction from you. So I was saying that in relationship advice, when we were doing Area 51 Lifestyle, especially now we're kind of reviving some of that, that really one of the shortcuts in relationship advice, that we had for people was helping them realize that you do need shortcuts, that, your base defaults can probably use a lot of help.
Yeah, I can't really add much to that, I don't think. I don't know. It just got kind of like ingrained in, take the, smarter, not harder, the easy way.
Right, because you find yourself just looking for advantages and not looking to just do things the wrong way.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, some people are inherently go 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 go, and I'm inherently like chill 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 chill. So having shortcuts for me is especially important. In that it gives me, it keeps my my life very carefree and low stress.
Yeah. It's not that you don't have energy. It's just that you don't want to have energy for running in circles and doing stuff that doesn't help.
Correct. Yeah, you don't want to beat your head against the wall. that's not fun.
Right. Exactly. So, as Smitty pointed out the other day, that the way you dress, I mean, just makes a huge difference. We had a guy that we worked with, Mystery, and he talked about peacocking, and people made fun of it, but geez, it was really, really effective. And you do it right, and people
Guy's
really
like
notice.
6'3", and he's wearing 6-inch platform boots. Like, I'm like, come on. But it was
very effective. And very effective.
Yeah. All right, I do have to go get ready for the work stuff, so I will see you.
Thanks, man. We love having you on the show. We really, really appreciate you coming on. Great week once again.
Yeah. I appreciate you.
We appreciate you. It's real. It's special.
One small cog in the machine, but I'll take it.
Yeah. The central cog in the Magic Secrets machine. So we appreciate you. So here we have been. What's that?
Have a great day.
You too, buddy. Okay, and I'll see you in a couple days. So Fantastic Four here. So this card exemplifies some good concepts that David would go over. Some good shortcuts that we'll go over deeper. Gold cards are a big thing with us. We really, really take a lot of time. Again, we don't just say the idea with shortcuts is you only have so many hours in a day. So you really want your playtesting to go far. And so you want to build your playtests around things that are more likely to bear a lot of fruit. Okay. And so gold cards really have an outsized impact with this because the way they're costed and so forth, so often they really break things open. That's how I won in Pro Tour Paris with squandered resources. And then again, I ran it back in nationals and got second in nationals and made my third world team championship from that as well. So so these gold cards, and that goes back to David's original brilliant deck, the Keeper. He had several cards in it, like Elemental Augury, that were so powerful that it really changed the nature of how the game was played, and yet people really didn't realize that they had a blindness to it. And when people have a blindness, I mean, that's the whole thing with gold cards is people really, it's weird, but I often find that they have a blindness to them and don't realize, so it makes it this shortcut a particularly outsized one. So when I look at the Fantastic Four here, it's got a lot of colors, and the more colors something is, the more likely it is to tip. And these days, with the mana that's available with Starting Town, with what's it called, Multiversal Passage, with Springleaf Drum, the plethora of there's shock lands, and then there's a number of the fast lands available. Green black is available, particularly, but there's a number of the other fast lands. There's blue green, right? That would match well for if you wanted to play the Fantastic Four. The blue green fast land could help you. I believe it's called Botanical Garden. So a lot can be packed into them, and they can really change things and make your deck much more powerful. So as Smitty pointed out, in the right deck, you can kind of get on a roll with this guy. And he's also very good with Mr. Green, right? In the sense that you can be playing Mr. Green, and then you cast this guy and put 2 more counters on Mr. Green. That's great. Or you cast Mr. Green, and then you can immediately put three counters on him, right? Do you see it, Bryn? Bryn, you see that?
Yep.
That's pretty cool, though, right?
Yeah. I didn't realize that it also when it enters. Like in my mind first, I was like,
when it enters. So what
Yeah.
that means is if you have Fantastic Four in, right? So you can cast them, put 2 counters on a creature or draw a card, whichever. They're both going to be really good. Pretty similar. It just depends on what's on the board, right? And then if you then cast the next turn Mr. Green, or that same turn Mr. Green, you'll immediately put the 2 counters on Mr. Green. Now he's a 3/5, right? And he's going to get all your creatures. Our Broid, whatever he's called, is what we call Mr. Green. 2 green, 2 colors for 1/3. Guy who, at the beginning of your combat phase, you put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to his power. So if you give him 2 more power, he's gives everyone a 3/3. Counters on 3 +1/+1 counters. So one of the things so what will we need to do to play with this? Probably a pretty easy card for us. We've accommodated cards like this pretty easily. It's pretty similar, like Michelangelo Weirdness to 11, strangely enough. Bryn, the reason I say that is because you have the most experience with Atlantis Shuffle. So Michelangelo 9 to Weirdness 11, he's there to affect the game, and but he's not like a merfolk.
Mm-hmm.
He's not like a part of the inherent engine of the deck, but he gets along with everybody and kind of makes everything aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Would you kind of agree with that?
Yeah, fully.
Okay. And it's weird because you would even play almost 4. He's so good, right? I've definitely played as many as 2 or 3.
Same.
Fantastic Four. I can see it probably as a one-off. But it's weird, because you can cast. I mean, you keep casting him because you can at least draw a card off of him. It's not so bad, right? And he, fairly will take the game over, probably pretty fast, depending on the construct of your deck and the build of your deck. So we'll see. But probably at least one we'll try and see. But then again, does he make the cut? Does it do something inherently enough? Like, for example, Wolverine, with him we can kill something, but maybe a Flood Pit Drowner is just as good, So we'll test it and we'll see. But then again, we'll also see if we stay on. But again, this guy, it's interesting, and like Smitty said, if you can keep landing 4 power or toughness. And one of the things we have with Atlantis Shuffle is we do have a fair amount of things going on. So it's possible that we can come up with a number of either forecasting costs cards or things that happen to come in. So come in for 4 power or 4 toughness. What
Yeah, or
comes
mana
in at
value
4 power?
4.
So you can think of it. I mean, we have decks. So we have different decks, like we have with uh, the bunny version of Atlantis Shuffle, where we play like rabbits and whatever, frogs and raccoons, right? That deck has the 4 raccoons. They would come in and trigger him right away. So that's something to keep in mind.
It might have a
The
good synergy
upcoming
with
Namor card is 2 blue and a colorless. He has a 4 toughness. What were we saying, Bryn?
that was me actually. It
Our
might
Lord.
have a good synergy with warped cards like Quantum Riddler. Isn't that a 4
Oh
mana?
wow, yeah, you can pop them right in and get them
Potentially.
right away. Yeah,
Yeah.
so a lot of direction you can take it, and we do tend to test this. So for example, this could actually fit in the with some modifications. It could fit in kind of a version of and I was gonna let me go to my screen sharing. I'll switch back to Magic. Share it that way. Oh, I see. It's an application versus screen. Okay, here we go. Okay. So like Bryn was saying, oh, and it doesn't, yeah, it could be a white one. There's a Quantum Riddler, has a 4 power, and then Exalted Sunborn has a 4 power as a war creature, and there may be more that have either 4 power or 4 toughness. Okay, great. So this is another deck. So that was taking some time to try to understand that card, and it gives you a preview as well. So that was a nice kind of look forward. And then
Yep.
I'm not sure what to say about Wolverine. I like David was asking me about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What their casting cost was, because we always really hope that they're a 1 or 2 casting cost if they're gonna bring out they're gonna have Wolverine come out or so forth. Because we really hope that they get a lot of play. Um, more likely to be played. That's another one of our shortcuts. We really spend a lot of focus on 1 and 2 casters. Okay, so I'm going to play one game with this. So this is a neat, fun deck. It has a lot of synergies. It can definitely run out of cards. That's a fear. So it has that same idea where, like with the stock up, we can, cast Exalted Sunborn and either full bore it or wild ride it. Same we can do with Starfield Shepherd, and then of course we can still cast the creature itself. And with that, you can gain a lot of life. You can swing a lot of games that way. This deck has a lot more synergies because it has the Valkyries and particularly the Giada, where you can really get like a lot of giant creatures going on. The Momo makes it so a lot of things pop off. It does work well with Warp. Um, it does work or synergize with Warp. It's all good at play. It's been a fun episode. Really good one.
I agree.
And to those of you that are getting ready for next week's episode, if you're watching this and you've already met us, but you haven't watched next week's episode because we haven't done it yet, we do record them typically Wednesdays at 2 p.m. And I've been posting the link on the website magicsecrets.com. But I'll also be emailing it around and so on. Okay, here we go. Okay, a lot of momos. That's unfortunate, of course, but that's okay. We'll see what happens. We can at least have a explosive turn. And hopefully he kills it. First one that comes down. It always seem to kill him when I don't want him to, right? Probably should have cast the passage as a white, but it's fine. Not the end of the world. All right. Although, yeah, scry one. so he doesn't kill it. So we can cast both Giada and we can cast the Inquisitor. Oh wow. Okay. So that's fun. So we can at least cast a Sage of Skies. We can just burn that. We can burn one of these Momos to cast Sage of Skies next. No, we can't. Is there a way to do it? There is a way.
Nice.
Yes, Giada. And then don't cast Inquisitor yet. Do you see it?
Yeah, you
So
can
we
tap Giada, right, for the Inquisitor?
Yeah, we just hope he doesn't kill Giada. If he does, he does. How do you say it?
Oh, maybe Giada, I don't know.
Giada. Ah, no. He takes the Sage out of our hands.
Yeah, it must be.
Okay. Yeah, so like I said, the danger with this deck is it can be flat. Right? Like we can just run out of cards. Why did he take that? Oh, he really wants to. Huh. Bummer. What do? I guess just attack for 3. It's just a bummer. Yeah, I just don't have much going on right now. So this is the danger with this deck. Like I said, it's got a lot of explosive draws, but it can just be a little flat. If it's not
Sage of
flat,
the Skies isn't an angel, right?
what's that? Yeah, no,
Sage of
they're
the Skies
angels.
not an angel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be so outrageous. So outrageous. What's this guy thinking about? He's like, well, do I want to block? He does block it. Why? Just made a mistake. We shouldn't block it, bro. Don't block it. It's a mistake. I don't want him to make a mistake. It just kind of screws up the testing. Because he knows what one is. The Needlecad, okay. It's not really dangerous against us. Turn wrong. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And obviously we're pretty likely to draw a land. Okay, so we're going to obviously play one of these. Now, of course, I could play the full bore, but I'm not going to. Because I can still draw one of our warp creatures.
Oof.
That's pretty great.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah, he wants to get a plan here sometime soon. Now he wants to block? I don't think this guy's very good. Let's just cast it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3/2. Yeah, that's pretty good. Because he'll probably block. I mean, this guy's bad, so he'll probably block the blocking. What is this? Dragon Mage? This is in Diamond. I don't know what this guy's doing. Oh, okay.
As a board
Yeah,
wipe?
sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's not a good card. That's okay. All right, you see the mechanics generally demonstrated here, but this guy's not the best in the world. Unfortunately, this is a little bit towards the end of the end of the season. I could have gotten this thing up to Mythic, but whatever. It's not the end of the world. All right, so we'll take some damage. Oh, should I block him?
Let's see. 3,
I'm
5, 7, 9.
I mean, we can definitely block him, but I mean, he's probably got an instant of some sort. I don't particularly want to get these guys first struck to death. But if he does some kind of like ninjutsu thing, I'm tip of the cap to him,
Yeah.
or whatever it's called. What this guy's doing. Don't you know we're on a podcast, bro? Give me all. I love this emoji, by the way. It's great for this deck. See what other emojis we got for him.
Yeah.
With some pizza. Oh, he did have something. I don't know what he's doing. Whatever. We probably could have blocked it to death as creatures, but We're gonna clobber him for a fair amount here. I can't kill him, right? So I'm just gonna attack for a bunch.
And how much damage can you do? 5, 7, 9. Yeah.
He looks like he's gonna kill something. Gonna kill one of the sages. What is this? Okay.
Can you kill him now with full bore?
Can we kill him?
Wondering
He's
if
tapped out, maybe.
12, 13. No, it's just 13.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have cast Momo. If I cast Momo, he'd be dead.
Hmm.
You see, he'd still be at 1.
Yeah.
But I mean, we didn't know. I don't know. I mean, but probably better to assume he has nothing, because obviously it sucks if he. Although, yeah, because full bore won't actually haste Momo, so I can't like attack and kill. But whatever. Like if he has some kind of a board wipe, it's unfortunate, but there it is. So yeah, but you're seeing a lot of the synergies here already. Gifting us a fish. Have a fish. Thanks, man. Oh, should be able to decline it or return it or something like that. Get a receipt token. This guy's just gonna like do nothing. Come on, man. What you got? Poor life. What do you think? What you got? Talk to him about it. I think this guy's just fooling around. That's okay. I would concede, but I think you're, kind of
Mhm.
winning there.
Mhm.
All right. That's good. That's good. Well, okay, great. I'll do one more game, see if we can catch a good matchup. So a little more on the mechanics. So mostly it's like you're building big flyers mainly, or a lot of flyers, going wide with flyers, and it's one way of doing things. It's pretty fun. It's got the 4 Boros charms in it, so you're really protected well against board wipes. Has a similar feel in that way too. We had a Momo, you keep this, just so you know. Kind of cool. This hand with a Momo would be actually a pretty smoking hand, but as is, it's too risky. I'm gonna mulligan this. Keep this on right now. Success, a terrible draw. Goodness. We'll do one more. Just for the viewer's sake,
Yeah.
especially this deck. This deck doesn't mulligan all that well. It definitely, it's one of the weaknesses. So this deck would like a little bit more card economy, but I don't know where to get it from. It's one of the reasons why I don't have that many of the, and I'm talking about its relative weaknesses. I mean, it has super, super strengths. It's fast. Can really get on top of people. Yeah, I mean, this hand's, pretty ugly. But it can run out of gas. And so it's good to, know what you're dealing with. Oops. Good card there. Get pretty ugly. I don't see how we can lose this game. We shall see. So we're just gonna play this guy. The next turn we'll do Sage of the Skies. And the Shepherd will just get a mini angel. Kill this guy. It's gonna smoke him. Alright. Oh, he could be a graveyard deck. That's how we could lose. He could have kind of. Okay, let's go. Bing. We'll cast. Oh, it won't work. It won't work. Right. It won't work.
Right. Maybe next turn the Valkyrie and Sage of the Skies.
Eh. Yeah,
Hmm.
it sucks. So we could do this guy. Yeah, we're in prayer trouble, but it's okay. Yeah, it's just a little slow. Touch slow this game. Must because he broke this up. Okay, so get lost on the Momo. How do I feel about that? I really don't want you to do that. But I get 2 map tokens. 2 map tokens is a lot. That's the problem with get lost. I mean, for Momo, 2 map tokens, I'm not going to burn Boros trying to stop that. I know there's a cost and all. Oh, four map tokens, please. I'll take them. That's a lot of map tokens if you're playing card economy. All right, let's go. Fix. Oh wow, we just go back and get our Momo, right? And then we'll just play this. Enters tapped. We'll let this guy go. I know I could have dug for token, but I'm kind of jealous. You know, those kind of want to use him. Beat this guy up. Zombify us. Sure, we're screwed now. Does this guy just make 3 guys every turn or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh
For a
yeah, I
bunch of
can't.
turns.
Okay, let's see if we can fight our way out of it. I doubt it, but you never know. So let's go. This guy. Planes, speed to the right. This guy. This guy. We're in a lot of trouble. But you can't lay into us that well. I mean, you can't really attack now.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I mean, he'll probably kill us over here, but it's a lot of guys. Alrighty. Really? Okay. I'll bite. You got it. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Let's go. Shepherd work. I did not mean to do that. What in the world? Oh, because I'd already passed him, right?
Yeah.
Thought I forgot he was warp. Okay, great. That's fine. We're actually fine then, right? Sort of. I mean, not exactly, but I mean, it's not that bad. Wait, we make this guy big enough. 3. Wait, is this guy indestructible or something? Why didn't he die?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
indestructible.
he's indestructible. I didn't know he was indestructible. I thought I blocked him. I wasn't just trying to stop 3 points of damage. Lose the stage of this guy for no reason. I maybe could have fought my way out of it, but not the best. Not the most stunning display of confidence, but I promise I'm a 3-time Magic World Champion, and I've been ranked in the top 100 recently. Okay, where we go? So yeah, but you can kind of feel like this deck. It's like, boy, if it can tip it, I've sent you screen captures, where you're going to see tons and tons of guys. You can see here, this can develop into a powerhouse hand, but if he has early removal, it's going to be hard. How are we going to approach this? Probably going to have to pay Giada and hope. doesn't have removal. Is that right? This guy, we can't really get him going. So. And play the Youthful Valkyrie first, but the Giada gives us more mana, so gives us a few more options if he doesn't happen to kill it.
Mhm.
What's he do here? All right, this guy's a 3/3 now. Okay.
No big deal. Oh, fun.
Nice.
Oh, fun. Oh, hooray. So we can do it like this. Cast this guy. Yes, no, no. Yeah, I'm sure we can use this guy next turn if he can't stop it. Yeah, we can definitely use him next turn if he can't stop it. So this is really pushing him on removal or recognizing that this guy's a threat. Mortify. Okay, oh, he kills Giada. Okay. It is going to be hard for us to get to 4, but it's not impossible. For example, we can draw the Nightmare right here, and the game will probably be over. Yeah, if we draw the Exalted Sunborn, then it's pretty bad news. No loss. Okay. I might even just Wild Ride here to do it. Let me think here. So I can cast Momo and I think I should. Cast full. Oh, it doesn't work. What am I thinking? It's not enough. Okay. Fine. Go like this. It's not quite enough. One too little. All right, we go to 14. Think he's gonna kill the Seraph. What's this? Oh yeah, I've seen these. These guys are dangerous. Oof. Okay. Here we go. Sage of the Skies. We can't get her down, right? One more mana for Sage of the Skies.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we do here? Let's go with this. You know what? I bet he blocks it. He's going to block it, and I'm going to blow it out with the full board. Watch. So that'll be good. That'll help us turn the corner. To power him up. Don't
Nice.
attack. Watch. Don't attack with MoMA. Okay. We're sacrificing a point of damage. You see? Oh, I should have attacked with MoMA because I should have known this guy was coming into play. All right. But I'm really signaling I don't have anything. You see?
Yeah.
Debating. So it's a little bit of a mind game. Does that make sense? Because
Yeah,
I
it's
want that
funny.
guy off the board. Okay, you see this guy? You don't want this guy sticking around.
On each creature you control. Wow.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't want that guy. Like stuff like that, you can think, oh, it's fine, and then
Mm-mm.
really soon it's not fine anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's administrator. So there's combo going. All right, yeah, let's take the damage. But I think we've kind of tipped. I think we're fine. Exalted Sunburn. Get that for 1. Yeah, he's really in trouble. Okay, so this is fun. Cast M. Right. Wild Ride M. Oh, yeah, we get something else too. Jeez. Like I needed something else. I don't know. I guess another Inquisitor. I could get a Plains too, by the way. But I'll just go with Inquisitor, I guess. And then let's go on a wild ride, shall we? And I'm not even gonna do this guy. I'm just gonna run him in. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. He's dead. She's dead. That guy don't have lifelink, right? He has some revenge against Port Zebu. We had David and I won a team tournament all the way back in the day at David Dow store in Atlanta, and I had Zebra Unicorn, which is a green, a blue, or a green and white, and 2 colorless for a 2/2 first strike lifelink creature. Okay, this guy has 2 less mana and has all these abilities involved. But I loved Zebu the Zebra Unicorn. Had a lot of fun that day. So okay, great. We saw some of the synergies and stuff like that. I'm not saying that was the hardest deck in the world or the easiest, but this deck, crazy things can happen first 2-3 turns. It's sort of like a flying version of what we're doing with some of the other decks where we're doing board spread and so forth. Okay, great show, and I really wanted to recognize you guys. Those blogs, man, I love them. It's so great having these decks. When we make them, because we come up with new decks, we come up with new ideas, and they get enshrined on there. It matters a lot. And with the upcoming forum, that's going to be a big part of the forum culture. A lot of those great forum posts that you're going to be putting on the forum, we're going to be making sure that they're getting on that blog. You have your own blog ID and so forth. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, guys, tip of the cap. Great job to everybody on the show. Excellent event. Great show today, guys. And we will see you. And for those of you, if you're watching the replay this week, and it might be, you could have met us on Friday or Saturday in Washington D.C. Then our next live event, you can sign up for it at magicsecrets.com. Is on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll be live with us then, and we'll be doing a recap. We'll be doing our own coverage of the actual event itself in Washington D.C., talking about what's going on there, talking about who we met, and how we met you. So make sure to jump on, and we'll see you then. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And of course, we'll be going on with tech, continuing on with Magic Secrets, continuing on with strategy lessons. You're welcome. We have 2 books that you can go through on magicsecrets.com. And we have our wonderful replays of the previous sessions. We have, I believe, 39 other replays that you can enjoy. So it's all happening. We have a whole world. You're never missing out when you're here. We're going to take great care of you and your brand. We care to hear from you and for you to become friends with us and enjoy Magic Secrets. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Thanks again, guys. You did a great job. Killer. So.